Hello, Labrat. Hi. Hi, Jason. Hi. Sorry I'm like slightly late. It's something about to get this all set up. I ran into like some issues. Anyways, let's get started. I don't really remember what we were doing. At least not very well. You know, maybe I should do an extended like talking about stuff section in my streams before getting to the gameplay. Because there's always not very many people showing up for the first part of the stream and then getting upset they missed stuff, so. Yeah, okay, Jason. Hey, Zans. I assume you're eating something. Oh, I forgot to reset the monster mouth thing status, so if I do it, it'll be a broken animation again. Oh, I forgot to turn the audio on. Ah! That's fixed. Right, there's Aid and there's Firewalker. There's Tally. What do we do next? Is today the day we finally do Overlord? I want to go do Jax, actually. The jungle planet Pragia is overrun by choking hypergrowth caused by industrially mutated plant species. This, combined with its relative isolation and lack of population, has made Pragia an occasional base of operations for drug runners, weapon smugglers, pirates, mercenaries, terrorists, and intelligence agents seeking secrecy. Hi, Ree. Also, hi, Crick. And also, hi, Stambo. Sustained habitation on Pragia is extremely difficult, where mutant and even poisonous plant life can overgrow colonies in days instead of years. Interesting. I blanked out for a second. I don't know what I was gonna say. We're gonna land. Right, Jack is obvious. I had her in the funny clothes, but I'll put her back in her normal outfit. I'm tempted to take Miranda. It would be funny. Diddy-dum. Alright, I don't like the art projector. I feel like the grenade launcher is the best. Hi, Trifle.
I forgot how much I hate this place. See the landing pad? Has to be on the roof, or the vegetation would overgrow it in a few hours.
Shephard, I am picking up thermal signatures everywhere, except at your landing zone. Something's distorting the sensors.
This was a secret Cerberus facility.
Yeah.
So how
They
the
built their
fuck did
equipment
the...
to
So they
last,
say the
assholes.
vegetation got fucked
It
up
was
by
a mistake
industrial
coming back here,
activity.
Shephard.
But, like, how did that happen, though? Like, I want to know more specifics about how did they fuck up the vegetation here? How did they fuck up this planet's ecology so bad?
Get a hold of yourself.
Hey, Arthemus.
It'll be okay.
I'm fine. Okay, let's get on the ground.
Got bitten by a radioactive spider. Oh, I got codex. Okay, I just got a codex entry about it. I'll actually read a codex entry on stream for once.
Freedom. Choked by the hypergrowth of non-native plant species, Pragia serves as a galactic reminder about the imperative for careful regulation during colonization.
Well, of course it was the
2
Batarians.
centuries
They're
ago,
responsible for
Batarian
everything
agribusiness
bad.
chose uninhabited Pragia as their empire's breadbasket. Colonization authorities introduced non-native, industrially mutated plants that flourished in the world's fertile volcanic soil. Synergizing with Pragia's natural geothermal conditions and chemotropic microbes, the imported species soon became a nightmare. Mutant
The
strains of
Batarians are
poisonous and
everything
even
the
carnivorous
U.S. State
plants
Department
arose.
doesn't like.
Overgrowing colonies in
The
days
U.S. State
instead of
Department
years,
in the
and causing the
2000s
Batarians to abandon
considered
their holdings.
enemies.
Because the planet's small animal population is insufficient to check its plant growth, Alliance ecologists predict soil exhaustion in 400 years. Due to its relative isolation and lack of population, Pragia has become a regional haven.
How the fuck
Drug
did
runners,
some
weapons
become
smugglers,
carnivorous?
pirates, mercenaries, terrorists, and intelligence agents seeking secrecy.
That's not a thing that's easy. Like okay, some got poisonous. Okay, that's fine, because poison can just randomly appear. How did they become carnivorous? That's like an extremely sophisticated evolutionary strategy, which has like a shit ton of steps. What? Whoa, my hair is fucked up. Look at this. Look at my hair. Why does my hair look like that? I don't think this wet hair texture is working properly. I know it's from the rain, but it looks very strange. It looks fine on the armor. It looks fine on the armor. It just looks extremely strange on my hair and Miranda's hair.
Let's just get in there and plant the bomb in myself. I want to watch this place burn.
Hi, Elk.
I never saw this room. I think they brought new kids in these containers. They were messed up and starving, but alive. Usually.
Oh, hey, these are the same containers they used on the prison ship level. I recognize them. Hi, Sir Xavier. The Batarians are like, whenever we need someone to be bad, we'll have it be the Batarians. That's like their role in Mass Effect. They're just an amalgamation of stereotypes about countries that America doesn't like, and they're always the ones who do the bad thing. Who are responsible for the bad thing.
The elusive man requested operation logs again. He's getting suspicious.
When we get results, he won't care what we did. But if he knew...
He won't find out. The elusive man requested operation.
Sounds like this facility went rogue.
You'd like to think that, wouldn't you? He didn't say what they were hiding from the elusive man.
I was hoping Miranda would have interesting dialogue.
Fighting here. I saw sunlight through the cracks in the ceiling. Only a half-dead guard between me and freedom. He was begging for his life.
I was wondering what the enemy type would be here. Is it just going to be Varen, or are they just going to throw lots of Varen at us?
They've seen us.
Oh, I forgot to switch guns. I don't like this gun. Should be using the shotgun. Yeah, that laser sight is the worst. I mean, laser sights suck in real life, but they didn't have to make it realistic.
This looks like an arena.
That's right. They used to stage fights here. Pit me against other kids. I loved it. Only time I was ever out of my cell.
What were they studying?
Hell if I know. Maybe that's how they got their kicks. I never understood anything that happened here.
How often did they do this?
I was in a cell my whole life. Sometimes they took me out and made me fight. Filled me with drugs, other stuff. Time gets funny in a cell.
Did other children die in these fights?
I was a kid, filled with drugs. I got shocked when I hesitated. Narcotics flooded my veins when I attacked.
They actually rewarded you for attacking.
I still get warm feelings during a fight.
That's fucked up.
What the hell was wrong with those people?
I don't know. Doesn't matter now.
That's incredibly fucked up. Holy shit.
Let's keep moving.
Hell yes.
That's fucked up in a way that, like, is well written. Like, it's like, I think you're a smart writer for coming up with something so horrifying.
Security Officer Zimkel, Telton facility. The subjects are out of their cells. They're tearing the place up. Subject 0 is going to get loose. I need permission to terminate. I repeat, permission to terminate. All subjects besides 0 are expendable. Keep Jack alive. Understood. I'll begin the...
That's not right. I broke out when my guards disappeared. I started that riot.
Things might have happened that you didn't see.
The other kids attacked me. The guards attacked me. The automated systems attacked me. That doesn't leave lots of room for interpretation. This place is supposed to be empty. Who the fuck shot that Varand? It's a fresh kill.
That was fast. Eezo. You know, seeing you eye that flight of stairs down and then to the door. Yeah, I was wondering which way was progress, because I wanted to go which way that, like, isn't progress.
been spotted.
Hi, obvious shooting arena. Jack, why are you just standing there? Oh, come on. Someone after this mission remind me to equip the actually good heavy pistol.
Why'd they need a morgue? This was a small facility.
A lot of children died here. Even then, they were part of the experiment.
Bullshit. I had the worst of it, and I made it out alive.
Yeah, why are they getting results if they're just doing horrible things? For, like, poor justification. Well, I guess in a sense they didn't, because Jack just killed them all, but... I like how there's a convenient tree there to stop you from going up there. You can tell they kind of placed it without, like, you can tell this is, like, an asset, right? That was haphazardly placed here in development. Like it's just kind of jammed into the floor. I figured. Yeah, Dr. Mangela's and Unit 731's horrible human experiments achieved nothing of note at all. Well, that's not entirely true. I think they, like, gave us a better understanding of, like, the progression of hypothermia symptoms. And I think that's the only thing.
So strange to be back here. I feel like I'm pissed off. I'm a dangerous bitch, but then I'm a little girl again. Shit, it's complicated. Let's just go plant that bomb.
Yeah, they were just mostly just, like, coming up with creative ways to torture people to death and not, like, doing any useful science. Like, okay, I do the whole mad scientist thing as, like, a meme, right? But in reality, bad research ethics gives you bad science that you can't, like, use for anything. It doesn't achieve anything.
They kept children here?
Yeah, a lot of people act like, think of how fast it could advance. We got rid of all these stupid ethics. Ethics in the way of science, and none of those people are actual scientists, because actual scientists know that poor research ethics gives you bad findings that you can't use.
It's a two-way mirror. My cell is on the other side. I could see all the other kids out here. I screamed at them for hours, and they always ignored me.
Thank you for the head pats. Ocean Gate wasn't a scam. The CEO went on the sub himself and died on it. He was just really stupid. And yes, she did say two-way mirror.
I must have come through here when I broke out, but I don't remember it. This is a bad place.
Very spacious for a torture room.
Entry 1054, Telton Facility. The latest iteration of Pergnum went poorly. Subjects 1, 4, and 6 died. No biotic change among the survivors. We lowered core temperatures of surviving subjects, but no biotically beneficial reactions occurred. As a side effect, all subjects died. So we'll not try that on Zero. I hope our supply of biotic potential subjects holds up. We are going through them fast.
This is bullshit. They weren't experimenting on the other children for my safety.
You can't help what they did to others.
They weren't doing it because they
You don't
cared
get
about
it,
you,
Shephard.
Jack, but because you were
I
a valuable
survived this place
asset.
because I was tougher than the rest. That's who I am.
You move on, harder and tougher.
We tried this and it didn't do anything. It all died. We should maybe not do that again. Yeah.
It's all fallen to pieces. The subjects are rampaging and Zero is loose. We're shutting Telton down. What a disaster. We'll infiltrate and piggyback onto the Alliance's Ascension program. Hopefully, that will give... What? Zero, wait!
Shephard, they started up somewhere else.
Ascension is an Alliance program. It's a school for biotic kids. They don't torture children there.
A lot of this isn't the way I remember it.
You couldn't have known.
Maybe. We're getting close to my cell, the place I came from. Let's keep going.
Yeah, I was just about to say, like, you were talking about how, I mean, one, they mentioned the Alliance doing a lot of unethical shit with biotic kids. And then they just go, like, these are, like, literally the same people. Also, yes! Yes! Yes, Shephard knows! Also, Shephard is a biotic, so she would know, too!
Hey, Aresh. It's Kieran. Yeah, the intruders are here. You want them dead? We have to talk credits. You promised us lots of salvage, but this place is a waste. Fine, put them down. Then I'm coming in there and we're gonna talk salvage.
What are you doing here?
First we're gonna kill you, then we'll see. Kill them on my order. I want them dead.
I yearn for the game that finally has a flamethrower that works like flamethrowers do in real life.
Destroy my shields!
Oh yeah, Killing Floor did. Fuck, okay. Hi, Adeptus Fukune.
You promised us one. Fine, we'll put him down. But I'm coming in there.
What are you doing here?
First, we're gonna
I guess, yeah, if you just, like, mark... But, like, it doesn't take that much tech to just mark a surface as on fire.
push and overrun.
Here we go.
True. But it's not like AAA devs care about the graphics tax anyways. Oh, that's why I died. You can't take cover here arbitrarily. Okay. You just arbitrarily cannot take cover in that specific spot. Ow, fuck! Fuck me.
Fine.
You're in my way.
Kill them on my order. I want them dead.
I knew someone would say that. I knew someone would say that. Oh my god, the fucking laser sight is the worst. This is so hard to aim. What possessed them to do it this way? Oh my god, where'd you come from? Ah! Go away! There we go. It's like you're trying to poke them with a really long stick. That's kind of, yeah.
Now let's finish you off. Now let's finish you off.
Should have pulled instead, actually. In fact. Oh, come on, how did that pull how did that, like, not pull any of them? Oh, because he used barrier again. Fuck.
My shields are down.
I'll kill them like
Woo! I forgot what Shotguns are supposed to be useful against what type of health? Hold on. Shields and barriers, okay.
Only room left is my old cell. Whoever Aresh is, he's in there. I want to plant the bomb there anyway. Might as well do it on his corpse.
Alright. And then this must be that. So where is your old cell? No, this is the way we came in, I think. Yeah. Or was it this? I think it was that. Okay, I was confused for a second. Oh, there's some ammo. So then this must be the way we actually go. Okay.
Come out. We know you're here.
Who are you?
My name is Aresh, and you're breaking into my home. I know you, Subject Zero. So many years have passed, and I thought I was the only survivor.
My name is Jack. How the hell do you know me?
We all knew your face, Jack. They inflicted horrors on us so their experiments wouldn't kill you. You were the question, and I'm still looking for the answer.
Yeah, the folding guns are very silly.
Looks like you're not the only one pulled back here, Jack.
I tried to forget this, but a place like this, it doesn't forget you. It follows you. I hired these mercs and came back almost a solar year ago. We're rebuilding it piece by piece. I'm gonna find out what they knew, how to unlock true biotic potential in humans. I'm restarting the Telton facility. It will be beautiful.
What?
I wanted a hole in the ground. He's trying to justify what happened by using it?
You do the same thing to new kids. Wasn't this forced on you?
Some were bought from poor families on Earth or kidnapped from colonies. Most ended up here.
Why are his eyes sticking so
Terran
far out of his
pirates.
skull?
They did such horrible things to us. They must have had good reasons.
There's no reason good enough. Are you nuts? You lived it.
This place was like a prison. How'd you get out?
We all attacked at once as they were taking us to the lab. They would have put us down. But then Jack got loose. When I came to, it was over. The guards, the scientists, and the kids were all dead. And you were gone.
I stopped it. All of it. Maybe the others did have it bad, but what you're doing is just messed.
Everything we went through must have been worth something.
We can blow up the place, but that still leaves him. What do we do with another you?
That's easy.
Just leave me here. This is where I belong.
Fuck that.
Jack, he's trapped in his past. You need to move on from yours.
He wants to restart this place. He needs to die.
He's crazy, and he's never gonna restart this facility. You have to let it go. Your past doesn't have to control you.
Yeah, I was thinking that whole time, like, how
outta here.
are you
Go.
gonna restart it though? You're just a guy.
He's not worth chasing. None of it is.
You did the right thing, Jack.
Maybe. This room was my whole childhood. Give me a minute to look around.
Go ahead.
Nothing's changed, but it's all different.
Bro's doing a hardcore RimWorld playthrough.
I used this table for everything. It was like my best friend. I'd crawl under it to cry. I was pathetic. Sometimes I dream that I'm back in this bed being tortured. I used to tie the sheets around my wrists and try to rip them off. I want to stop coming back here. I thought that room out there was the rest of the world. I'd pound and yell. Never did any good.
Why would you do this? Why would you do this? Why would you give her a two-way mirror? Why would you give her... I said two-way mirror now. Why would you give her a one-way mirror to the outside world? And also, this isn't how one-way mirrors work. If you have lights on the inside, then it will just be a normal window. This just seems like a way to gaslight her for no particular reason. That's... okay? I expected her to have more than, like, 3 dialogues. Oh, there's more here.
See the scarring on the wall here? That's where I killed my first man. One of the guards tried to stop me. Instead, I stopped him. Okay, no more wallowing. Let's blow this place to hell.
That was abrupt. Okay. So where'd they'd expense a nuke, yeah?
Jack and Miranda are in the middle of a disagreement. Can you head it off before they tear out a bulkhead?
I'll deal with it.
Take pictures.
Oh my god, Joker.
Touch me and I will smear the walls with you, bitch! Enough. Stand down, both of you.
The cheerleader won't admit what Cerberus did to me was wrong.
It wasn't Cerberus. Not really. But clearly you were a mistake.
Screw you! You've got no idea what they put me through. Maybe it's time I showed you.
Our mission is too important to let personal feelings get in the way.
Fuck your feelings. I just want her dead.
You both know what we're up against. Save your anger for the collectors.
I can put aside my differences until the mission's over.
Sure, I'll do my part.
Is this
I'd
toxic
hate to see
Yuri?
her die before I get a chance to fillet her myself.
You two gonna be okay?
It's a good thing you came by when you did. As long as she does her job, we'll be fine. Thanks, Shephard.
Imagine how much lesbians would have loved the Mass Effect series if they made these two canon in Enemy 3 instead of just, like, ignoring all the potential there. Can you, like, imagine? Thank you for reminding me to hydrate. Radioactive Yuri! Let's go talk to Jack.
What's this area of the ship?
That's not what I meant.
That's all for now.
Logging you out, Shephard.
Hi, Nala. Oh, it's your birthday?
I needed to wipe that place off the map. You took me there to do it, and I owe you. You don't know what it's like, Shephard, to have garbage like that following you. It marks you in ways you don't expect.
I've made a lot of hard choices, Jack. Like what to let go.
Hard to walk away from it. You think it would get
Oh,
easier
Mom, will you
now.
wear clothes now?
But what else do I know?
I never thought I'd see you show mercy, but you let Aresh live.
He was trapped in the past, reliving it every day. You showed how that could be me. I'm not getting stuck like that. I'm better than him, and I'm sure as hell not carrying that crater around with me.
Do you think you're different now?
I know that place is gone, but I still kind of want to kill every person I see. No offense.
You sure about this? I want to do whatever I can to get your head on straight.
Thank you for the head pats.
Don't
Also,
put
happy
all
birthday.
therapist on me, Shephard. You're not the couch type. I hate that stuff anyway. Bullshit, prison, psych. You did me a favor, and that's enough. More than I expected. I'll keep it together.
Is this where I complain again about the inability to do anything to help Jack with her issues unless you play as a man and romance her? Like, are you serious? Like, you can't even do it platonically? She just needs dick to fix her? Is that what the BioWare writers are saying? Yeah, okay, so Trifle, they try and do like a clever thing like that by having her like offer to have sex with you, and it like really early on, and if you take her up on the offer, then it ruins your chance at a romance with her. But like, they still let you have sex with her. if you just wait a bit. If anything, they should have like not. It should have made the romance and the helping her with her issues be like incompatible. Especially because you're her fucking commanding officer, but that's the same with every other character you can romance except like Liara. Is Liara the only ethical romance interest in the Mass Effect series? Oh my god. But yeah, like, okay, I would like Jack if not for what they do here, and I like her in Mass Effect 3. Romancing Tali was great when I was a teenager, but like as an adult, it just feels like grooming. It just feels like grooming.
Hey.
Tell me about you, Jack.
I'm done talking. Come back later.
What do you think of Miranda?
Jacob doesn't know who he is, but that's not my problem. Miranda's a
I should
servant.
go.
Okay, talk later.
Garrus, you're still his commanding officer, which makes it kind of unethical. Yeah, actually, they straight up bring up that Garrus's emotional dependence on Shephard is a problem, and that staying close to him is keeping him from developing on his own. Like, they literally tell you that it's not good for him. But he's cute, so...
Did you hear that we are sharing our deck with a Krogan?
Well, ain't that peachy?
Did we ever talk to Grunt? I don't think we did. Yeah, I love Garrus. I should go talk to Grunt. Where is he again? What's Saeed? But yeah, the way... My issue with Jack is 100% the way her romance is written, and that only a man can do it. and that there isn't a platonic option to like help her with her issues, and that this just altogether ends up implying that what she needed in her life to like fix her life was for like a strong, masculine man like Commander Shephard to come in and take control, and that's fucking ew. Ew, I hate that. Ew.
Bird not grunt. I like it. I have a clan. That makes me... It makes me want to fight, not just able to. And Uvink, I wanted to disembowel him, to tear out his spine like a trophy.
We started this because you were losing control. Now you sound more violent than ever.
Rex said I was normal. Just had this built-up stuff because of being grown in the tank. Now that I know it's not an outside thing, and I have a place as a Krogan, I like it. Our enemies are in trouble, Shephard, and we better not run out of targets.
I'm not planning on living like this forever, Grunt.
Talk like that, and it won't be your choice. I'm sure as hell not quitting with a whimper. Just so you're clear where we stand.
That was a short combo.
Shephard.
Just checking in.
Humans talk too much. Like the tank. Come back later.
That's all for now.
Shephard.
Yeah, he likes Hemingway. We know from Liara's like Shadow Broker files that he likes Ernest Hemingway. He was like Googling, like after meeting Shephard, he was like Googling human warrior poets or something like that, and then he found Ernest Hemingway and he started reading it and he liked it and he liked Ernest Hemingway. It's great.
What's this area of the ship?
Normandy's cargo deck. It includes facilities to rearm and repair Normandy's embarked
Yeah, it's great. I love him.
Received a new message at your private terminal.
Are you lying again, Kelly? Okay, for once she's not lying. From Erdnot Darg. Dear human, the clan leader told me how to get in touch with you. I don't remember much of what happened, but the chief scout said he pulled my quad out of the fire when I got caught and poisoned over at the Werlock camp. Thanks. Next time I have a chance to kill a human, I won't. Unless I go into a blood rage or something. Virellum Ashtal, hi! Hi! Oh my god, thank you for the raid! How are you doing? Hi! Hi, okay, so if your viewers have never seen me before, my name is Doc Vivi. I'm a mad scientist VTuber. I like playing strategy games, horror games, RPGs, but really just generally any game that gives me an excuse to ramble about science on stream, because I also happen to be a scientist in real life. Oh, you were playing Neb? Neat! Yes, I got to go to the female camp after I recovered, and it was pretty good. I was actually thinking of joining the Blood Pack before this happened. I think I'm gonna stay here instead. Aw. Nebulous. Right, you would think if the Blood Pack is an offshoot of Clan Werlock, then, like, they'd be crippled by the fact that we killed their leader, but I don't think the game's gonna acknowledge that. Right now, Martin's lab is on the other side. I want to go check upgrades for the ship. Ooh, more biotic damage. Have I complained about the Thanix? I might have. I was making fun of the idea of railguns, but, I know I definitely had a conversation making fun of the idea of equipping ships with railguns, but, magnetic oh yeah, now I remember. Magnetic hydrodynamic. No one says that! It's magnetohydrodynamic! No one says magnetic hydrodynamic. I remembered my whole rant, yeah, and now I'm remembering the whole rant centering on, this is the raw, it's not, it's magnetohydrodynamic. I don't know why that sets me off. It makes me so pissed off. It makes me so mad. Okay, so it's not even hydrodynamic. No, it is hydrodynamic. If you're talking about the way a submarine is hydrodynamic. Oh my god, it is hydrodynamic! 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 Ah! Ah! I'm so mad. Oh my god! Magnetohydrodynamic. Magnetic hydrodynamic. God damn it. I hate that so much. Thank you for the head pats and reminding me to check my posture. Anyways, okay, the problem with railguns in sci-fi is that most of the time they should be coil guns instead. 90% of the time, and also as ship weapons, they make no sense. Because the ranges spaceships would be fighting at are far too long for any unguided projectile weapon. Wait, sandblasters aren't railguns. Sandblasters aren't railguns. They're a different thing. Yeah, especially when they say like, oh yeah, like, okay, so like the idea, so they say the railguns do like 1% of the speed of light.
So worried when you were trapped on the collector ship. Thank
Oh, there's
goodness
a
for
conversation I
Vivi.
missed. But yeah, so railguns, like the idea of like using magnetic acceleration to fire a projectile like at like a significant percentage of the speed of light is very silly to begin with, unless it's an absurdly huge magnetic accelerator. The idea of doing it with a railgun is comical. You would turn the barrel into plasma. It would disintegrate. You could conceivably do it with like by pulling out all the stops in a coil gun. Yeah. The worst arc flash that can ever happen. Yes. Yes, you would disintegrate your entire fucking ship. Because in a railgun, the rails have to be in physical contact with the projectile. That's the whole fucking point. That's the whole point. You can't just... it's like, oh no, the projectile just levitates down the rails. No, that's not how a railgun works. You're thinking of coil guns. Coil guns work like that. Railguns don't work that way. They have to touch. Like, the whole point of a railgun is that the rails, when connected by a projectile going between them, form a circuit. Form like a short circuit. And it has to touch the rails so the electricity goes through the projectile. Yeah, you yeet the ship back at like 0.01 C. And the entire crew goes squish. Yeah, that would be an obscene amount of recoil. That would be obscene recoil. I know Garrett posted a design for a gun that gets a projectile up to 0.3% of the speed of light. And it's like by pulling out all the stops. It's like a multi-stage quenching coil gun thing. It's insane. And that it's assumed it's on like a thing that can just go backwards. That can just be launched backwards by the force of launching the projectile.
The Normandy crew delivered, including you.
You're too kind. We were there to help, but EDI gets the credit this time. The elusive man made sure EDI was installed for this mission. Now I see why. Anyway, how may I help you, Commander?
Go away. And stop lying to me about my email. Entirely space magic. Sometimes the answer is not worth thinking about, like the density of what is. I haven't heard about this. I've heard that like the numbers given for the max weight are very silly in BattleTech, but I haven't heard about the density of the gun shells being very silly. Pumps out 200 kilograms of ammo. Oh my god. And they're 180 millimeter guns. Oh my god. Yeah, at that point you're making the shells out of osmium. I think at some point I asked people who know more about material science than me if osmium projectiles would, like, work. If you could afford them, and I think the answer was no. You'd still prefer tungsten or depleted uranium. I know a decent amount about material science, but not about metals. Metals are witchcraft. I refuse to learn metallurgy. I don't understand it. It will forever remain witchcraft to me. Metals are strange and unnatural, spiritually akin to plasmas. True. Plasma physics is also witchcraft, yes. And like any human being, I hate what I don't understand. I just understand a lot less than the... It's just that there's a lot less that I don't understand than the average person. Let's go do Project Overlord. Let's go do Project Overlord and get mad at the game. This is so bad. And honestly, like, when I've explained what I know about how metals work, everyone in my chat has been like, wow, metals are witchcraft, and they agree with me. When I explain that metal is kind of its own state of matter. Cold welding in space. I don't understand what specific circumstances it happens under. I understand how it happens. Yeah. Are y'all ready for extremely terrible portrayals of autism? Like extremely offensively terrible? Like one of the worst I've ever seen? Yes, I've been complaining about this the entire time I've been streaming the Mass Effect series. I'm like, the metallic elements should remain as like parts of the fucking organic molecule complexes and shit like that. That's the framework I understand metals through. I hate when they react with each other. Metals suck. They make no sense. They're insane and crazy, and I don't like them. They're witchcraft, okay? I don't like metal. I don't like metals. Ite is an Earth-like world with a variety of habitable land ranging from deserts to jungles to tundra. It also possesses faint rings, an unusual feature for a non-giant planet. This is not true. This is, like, to some extent true because gas giants will always form a lot of moons in situ. And rings happen when a body passes when a satellite passes within the body it's orbiting's Roche limit and gets torn apart, which obviously has a lot more chances to happen. This impressive celestial phenomenon, however, is dwarfed by the fact that Ite's largest moon, Lite, is in an unstable orbit and is predicted to impact the planet within the next 2 centuries. Knowing that any IT adventure is living on borrowed time, colonial population investment has been orders of magnitudes less than other garden worlds. This also doesn't make any sense. What do you mean? Okay, what do you mean by an unstable orbit? Sci-fi likes to say unstable orbit and then just not specify what they mean by that. Yeah, ringed rocky points for national where Earth had a ring at one point. Earth had a ring in the Ordovician. The thing that doesn't make sense is that the ring is as shiny as it is. It should be fucking like gray and boring. Because Saturn's rings are like shiny and bright because they're made of ice, and you wouldn't have like solid ice in orbit around a planet in the habitable zone, right? But yeah, rings aren't uncommon. They're just okay. So like the reason rings are uncommon is because they don't last very long over. In like astronomic time. They last like a few million years at a time, maybe a few tens of million. I'm using this as an excuse to talk about rings so I can delay starting this horrible DLC. Rings like, well, no, it's not that rings like falling back onto planets, it's that rings are in the process of falling into planets. Like, that's like a ring is a process, right? A ring is a very extended process of an orbiting body passing within a much larger body's Roche limit, being torn apart and very slowly falling into the planet. And in the meantime, all the debris from that orbiting body gets forced into roughly equatorial orbits, which causes the ring shape as it slowly falls in. So as a result, rings last like a few tens of millions of years at most. It always blows people's minds to point out that Saturn's rings, that when sharks first evolved on Earth, Saturn did not have rings. Yeah, that's another thing. Yeah, the patterns in Saturn's rings are the results of shepherding effects of the planet's many moons. A ring around a terrestrial planet wouldn't have these like nice segregated sections like that. It would just be like a solid disk. It would just be like a disk. Also, there should be larger rocks in the ring. There should be much larger rocks in the ring, and it should actually pose a problem. Because, like, the way we identified that Earth probably had a ring during the Ordovician is the number of asteroid impacts happening around the equator during the Ordovician. Is it the collisions causing some? Yes, and their mutual gravitational effects. Like I said, rings happen when a body that is already in orbit of the planet enters the Roche limit. I didn't explain what a Roche limit is. I should explain what a Roche limit is. So, like, when a body is in orbit of another body, its gravity is the body it's orbiting's gravity is pulling on it, right? And it's not just pulling on the body as a whole, it's pulling on all the individual bits of the body. For something like an asteroid or a planet that are held together primarily by their own gravity, the only reason they stay together as like a single object is because the pull of their gravity is stronger than the pull of the thing they're orbiting on the parts of it. And as it gets closer, the internal gravity of the object doesn't get any stronger, but the gravity of the planet, of like the planet or other body it's orbiting, does, right? So there's a point, depending on their relative sizes, called the Roche limit, where the gravity of the thing it's orbiting actually becomes stronger than like the internal gravity of the object on the things that make up the object. And as a result, the object gets torn apart. It gets torn into pieces. And if it was orbiting, like in an actual full orbit, when it passed through the Roche limit, then all the pieces it gets torn apart into will also be in orbit, creating a ring. And so that's how rings come about. And you wouldn't expect to see them around rocky planets very often, just because rocky planets don't usually have too many objects in orbit of them that could pass within their Roche limit and become rings, compared to gas giants, which have lots and lots and lots of objects in orbit around them, to the point where all gas giants have rings. Jupiter has rings too, by the way. They're just not very visible, because they're like small rings. Anyways, let's get started with like the worst portrayal, with like one of the worst portrayals of autism I've ever seen. Who do we bring to this? Who do we bring to this? I feel like Morden would have things to say. Would you describe it as a 90-minute long hate crime? Right there, Gath. Oh yeah, Jack has a new outfit. Oh, it's her normal one, but with slightly more clothing. Let's go Morden and Miranda. Yep, exactly that, Thorier. I don't care enough to put points in any of these. Yeah, we don't have Legion. Also, yeah, the game remembered the Hammerhead existed. What are those engines supposed to be?
Thank God you came. My name is Dr. Gavin Archer. The situation is urgent. We're facing a catastrophic VI breakout. I'll explain the details later, but you must retract that transmission.
What are these engines supposed to be?
You have to hurry.
The codex says they're solid rocket motors. What? I realize because these look like they're propellers. They look like they're God, I forget the term. Like hooded propellers, sheathed propellers. I don't remember the name. When you have like a ring around the propeller, except you can't see the top, and they shoot flames out of the bottom like a jet engine or a rocket motor. But apparently the codex says it's a solid rocket motor? What? Do they know the whole thing about solid rocket motors is that you can't throttle them or turn them off once you start them. They just burn until they're out. You also can't refill them, right? Yeah, you need to disassemble them to put more fuel in. Reminder that people say this game's science is great. Yeah, Neo, there's a way to fix that. Neo, there's a way to fix that. It's called using liquid fuel. Honestly, 90% of the reason why I feel the need to, like, extensively criticize all the science in these games is because I hear people saying it's good science. And I started these streams largely to be able to yell at people. No, it's not actually. I don't mind bad science. I mind bad science that people think is real. I mind when bad science becomes unironic scientific misinformation. Like, it's fine to not do research. The problem is when people start claiming that you're unresearched bullshit that you just made up off the cuff. They could just put a small fusion reactor in it and say it's electrojets, but then I'd complain about the lack of radiation. It would be less silly than a solid rocket motor, though. Okay. Don't worry, it's cold fusion. I only learned from the Bobby Broccoli video, despite knowing why cold fusion was bullshit this whole time, that cold fusion is the fault of the fucking Mormons. God, one more thing to blame Mormons for. The guys who did the original cold fusion paper and the big press release that, like, promoted it to the media were Mormons at a Mormon university. And they did it because they wanted to, like, have big Mormon contributions to science. So it was Mormons' fault. This is cool. Shooting you right through the window is cool.
All weapons must be declared upon entry and checked with security personnel on duty.
Status report. Please inform the elusive man that we've made great strides in our research. His doubts about the lack of progress are unwarranted. A demonstration is forthcoming.
This sounds like a conspiracy theory. No, seriously. Okay, the two scientists who did it, were Mormons at a Mormon university in Utah, and they wanted to, like, prove that, like the Mormon university, I forget the name of it. Was it like BYU or some other one, or U of U, could, like, make major strides in science for, like, that benefit everyone and stuff like that. And because of that, they, like, rushed their research and, like, didn't consult with, like, anyone who could tell them that what they were doing was really stupid and wouldn't work, because they were afraid they would steal it. And so they like came up with the most absolute bullshit that makes no fucking sense and called it cold fusion. Whereas it's like, no, the rod got hotter. Yeah, because you were electrolyzing water and making hydrogen in an atmosphere with oxygen in it. The hydrogen fucking ignited. That's where the heat came from. And they're like, no, it got so hot it melted through the floor. And it's like, if it had done that through fusion reactions, the entire lab would be so irradiated that you would die if you set foot in there. So-called fusion. The idea was to get fusion to happen without like using extraordinary temperatures, right? Like palladium, I think it was. If you load it with hydrogen, then it can hold the hydrogen at like a much higher pressure than ever occurs naturally. And the idea was this extreme pressure that it's holding the hydrogen at would make it easier to achieve fusion, right? Which isn't like an absurd idea. Like, it doesn't work, but it's not an absurd idea, right? What's absurd is their methods for like testing it were like riddled with errors, and they went to the media with a press release before publishing the paper because they thought if they like submitted the paper for publication, someone would steal the idea before they could go to the media. And basically people and the real funny thing is that physicists referred to the problem of them not accounting for how much radiation it would produce as the dead grad student problem, which is to say, with their methodology, if they had actually achieved fusion, they'd have a dead grad student on their hands. Wouldn't the fusion make the temperature skyrocket? Yeah, and they're claiming it did, and it left like a hole in the floor. But like, again, if that heat had been from fusion, then the lab would have been irradiated. And when these critiques were brought up, their response was to claim it was a previously unknown fusion reaction that didn't produce neutron radiation. And then obviously the physicists must not know about this new physics reaction. That isn't how it works. Yeah. That was like their standard response to like, your data doesn't actually show fusion happening, is that and there's a story where a lab called them up after replicating it, and it's like, oh, we tried your experiment and we observed excess heat, which is encouraging. And they were like, oh yeah, we did that too, and they're like, but there's one problem, which is that we tried the same setup with like normal water instead of heavy water, and it worked with the normal water too, and not with deuterium water. And they were like, yeah, that's the most exciting part. Exciting to see. It's so funny. It's so funny. Oh my God.
Remember to all project personnel. I understand there's some concern about handling live Geth. I agree it's a risk, but the potential reward is far greater. Someday your sons and daughters will thank you.
Well, no, okay, so by excess heat they mean, they mean it was more heat than could be accounted for by resistive heating. But the obvious answer is accounted for by hydrogen produced via the electrolysis reacting with the oxygen, right? Yeah. And, like, the reason they got a hole in the desk and the table is because they left it running while no one was watching. And it caught fire and exploded because it's a mixture of hydrogen and oxygen. And that violently explodes. At some point on my Discord, I should stream the Bobby Broccoli documentary on it because it's so funny. They make so many ridiculous claims, and they like keep making more ridiculous ones to back up like why their results don't make any sense when looked at by actual physicists. Yeah, muon catalyzed fusion is a real thing. It's not. It doesn't work. It could work. And the research into it is very serious. Okay, the reason why it works with normal water is so funny is because, okay, so the whole idea is to use the specific isotope, deuterium for fusion, right? Because, deuterium, for reasons I don't fully understand, I'm not a particle physicist, is something like 13 orders of magnitude easier to fuse than the more common isotope of hydrogen, protium. Which is why it's so funny, and they responded with saying it was exciting that it worked with normal water, is because it implied they thought they were actually fusing protium. Something that we will never accomplish artificially. It is like 13 orders, like again, it's like 13 orders of magnitude harder. That's like quadrillions of times. No, wait. I think, 13 orders of magnitude is, yeah, 6 is million. And then 3 orders of magnitude above that is billion. And then 3 orders of magnitude above that is trillion. So it should be like somewhere around like 10 trillion. Yeah, 10 trillion. Okay. But unfortunately, we don't have enough tritium. We can just make tritium. Anyways, ads are going to start right now, so I'm going to run to the bathroom anyways. I'll be right back. And I'm definitely not delaying. Okay, I'm back. Hold on. Honestly, yeah, the funniest part is that they were so afraid of someone stealing their terrible idea that they refused to consult with anyone who could have told them it was a terrible idea and wouldn't work. And that what they were seeing was just like hydrogen reacting with oxygen. I'm waiting for ads to be over to progress. To the point that like all the actual physicists at BYU were blindsided and were like faced with questions from the media about the cold fusion stuff, and they're like, I don't know anything about this. Like don't blame their stupidity on me. They didn't tell me anything. Also, I forgot to put my outlines on. I'm not gonna spoil how bad and stupid this gets. But Jesus Christ. Yeah, You know what? I'll just say it. The VI is an autistic child that they like plugged in. Because autistic people think like computers, right? So that makes them ideal to communicate with the Geth. What the fuck are they on? Decades of media stereotypes about autistic people? Why wouldn't it let me use Unity there? I could see Morden was down. I did forget to switch it! No! Hopefully there's a weapon station I can switch at. The funniest part is that the guest sounds, the quote-unquote VI making, is just the guy, is just the autistic guy making the sounds with his mouth. He's just making the sounds with his mouth. actually his vocal fry. Oh, I should have brought Tally. Actually, if I restart mission, can I change which people I have with me? Not like I'll lose much progress. Yes, I can. I'm gonna bring Tally. That'll be extremely helpful. And I can change my goddamn gun to something fun to use. Yes, yep. Also, I forgot to do Tally spends. Improved AI hacking.
Thank God you came. My name is Dr. Gavin Archer. The situation is urgent. We're facing a catastrophic VI breakout. I'll explain the details later, but you must retract that transmit. Over here, on the monitor. There you are. I've locked myself in a computer room on the far side of the base. There are Geth on the loose. A rogue.
Can we shoot Archer? I think we might get an option 2 later. I don't remember.
Today, I'd hate to see you join them. Please watch yourself.
Be advised, this is a security facility. All weapons must be declared upon and checked with security personnel on duty.
Status report. Please inform the elusive man that we've made great strides in our research. His doubts about the lack of progress are unwarranted, and progress is forthcoming. Remember to all project personnel, understand there's some concern about
Oh my god.
The VI's overridden the controls. We have to stop him. He's trying to upload his program off-planet. Destroy the antenna inside the dish. There's a tram on the lower level. Get to it as fast as you can.
Okay, now we finally have the good pistol. Is he saying please stop?
This is an automated security update. Geth activity has
I'd say that's good. That's neat. If not for, that's like a neat horror touch. If not for the fact that it's literally just like an autistic guy they plugged into a computer. Like, it's so funny that he's doing it with his mouth. Like, like you think it's computerized stuff to like communicate with the Geth, right? And you're just like hearing the computerized sounds, right? Except like they show him before they plugged him into the computer and he just made the sounds with his mouth. It is so beautiful.
Ready to fight.
He's actually got a harmonica Like, this mission is so insanely offensive that it just becomes laughable. I appreciate them installing bulletproof glass in, like, the mess hall for some reason. I guess they get their glass from Zuperfest? Oh, fuck.
One down.
You get hit by rockets, yeah. It's made out of video game cover material. You know, I like to imagine that BioWare was like, we want to do like a horror DLC. We want to make it scary. You know what's scary? Autistic people. Autism is scary. And piano music, and piano music. Autism speaks advertisement type horror. God. Oh my god. Reaper vaccines! It's like, okay. It's like, okay, if they hadn't made the whole, like, central part of it be that, like, the guy they plugged in to control the Geth is autistic. And that's why he's able to do it, because since he's autistic, he thinks like a computer and can somehow speak in binary with his mouth. It would just be, like, a forgettable but competently executed the horror DLC.
Damn it all. He's aligning the dish to a new upload target. He'll have a clear line of sight to our satellite. This is going to be tight.
Arriving at dish access.
Yeah, just have the Normandy shoot the satellite. If Mass Effect was made 10 years prior, it'd be just like this Arsler has taken power.
Satellite window is opening soon. All upload data must be approved by your department supervisor.
I've got trouble.
Here. Enjoy.
Taking heavy fire!
Goodbye.
Attention. Satellite broadcast window is opening soon. All upload data must be approved by your department supervisor.
This is Project Overlord with an emergency message to Cerberus Command. We've experienced a catastrophic security failure and are requesting assistance. What do you mean our outgoing comms are jammed? How can it do that?
Wait, didn't they say this planet had like one moon and it was unstable? Why does it like visibly have two moons and why are they so insanely fucking close? Like, I know they said it's unstable, but I'm pretty sure that would already be inside the Roche limit.
Upload data must be approved by your department supervisor.
Also, yeah, the ring being really subtle in the sky. I noted that from space the ring was too visible, but yes, this is what a ring. This is actually correctly what a ring would look like from the planet. You would not. It would be very faint because it would not be because a rocky ring would not be nearly as reflective as one made of ice. Also, yeah, why do they need the giant telescope dish? Other than, like, drama reasons. Why did it just fall over?
They're all yours, Tatika.
Yeah, what was it do? It's walking on the railing. Figured. Let me guess that, yeah. Oh my god.
Satellite broadcast window is opening soon. All upload data must be approved by your department supervisor.
Go for the office. Go for the office.
Give me your drone, let me eat it. They actually are controlled by an autist. Like I said, if not for like a terrible portrayal of autism, this would just be a forgettable. This would just be a forgettable but competently executed DLC. Get back up, Morden. Get yeeted. Man, I missed fighting the Geth. They're fun to fight. Made it look like Geth was pre-boarded on the fire extinguisher. It's no more of a slugfest than every other fight in this game is, and Morden got in my way!
Weapons ready.
Morden is an autism ally!
Just the thing to help.
Why is that Geth just laying on the floor? It's alive! Why is it just sitting there? He's eeping.
My shields are down.
No, stop stunning me! Stop stunning me! Stop stunning me! Ah! Flamethrowers are the worst. They fucking stun lock you until you die in this game.
Enemies inbound.
Nothing's faster than fatigue of a pause.
Get on. Oh shit! Oh, ah! Yeah, the Geth have white blood. Where the fuck did my throw go?
Thought I was harmless, did you?
That's so fun. Oh, Tally's down. I think you can say come on Twitch. Remember the hallway in Mass Effect where they had like UV lights set up and it was highlighting all the blood, but we were joking about the fact that blood doesn't actually show up under UV? No, Dead Space. Dead Space. Why did I say Mass Effect? Dead Space. I have no idea what is causing the random frame chips, so I'm not seeing them on my end. Oh my god, Morden's down again.
Just the thing to help.
Go away! Woo! That was very close. Oh my god, Firebird!
Got no shields!
A milker may be milked. Where do we go? Do we just go up there? The music stops, so we know all the enemies are dead. With the no community in Milk recently, is it Gamma's fault?
You need to destroy the support struts now. They have their own capacitors. Try blowing them up.
He needs some milk. God, that video is great.
Watch your back.
Posted. Post it and I'll have a mod ban you if it's against Twitch rules. This is a joke, for clarity. Go ahead and post it and I'll just get removed if it's bad. Or better yet, post it on my Discord, not my Twitch chat. Anything is allowed on Discord. Wait, not the right gun. Whatever. Come on. Oh no, flamethrower! No, don't stun me! Don't stun me! Okay, bring my sword blades back.
Just the thing to help.
What? What was that?
Simple enough.
Oh, there it goes. Why does blowing up the capacitors cause the dish to collapse?
Kidding. Boom! The whole thing's giving way! Because Mass Effect? Yeah, I guess it wouldn't be dramatic enough without it. What the hell's going on around here?
Man's reach exceeding his grasp. Come on, I'll explain.
This is always so awkward. Okay, let me look at that copy pasta. Where do you post it? Oh my god. Oh my god, and there's a raid while I'm looking at milking copy pastas. Jesus Christ. Lady Urania, hi! Oh my god. Hi! If your viewers have never seen me before, my name is Dr. Vivi. I'm a mad scientist VTuber. I like streaming strategy games, RPGs, and horror games mostly, but just about anything. Anything that gives me an excuse to ramble about science on stream, because I am also a scientist in real life. I study bioinformatics. I'm a little bit off my game because someone sent me a fucking milking copy pasta from the Nebulous Fleet Command Discord. I cannot read that out on Twitch. It is on my Discord.
Thanks, Commander Shephard. You bought us some time, though probably not much. This isn't over yet.
Who did you say you were?
Dr. Gavin Archer, chief scientist at this facility, and probably the only one left.
You owe us that explanation.
This is Project Overlord, an attempt to gain influence over the Geth by interfacing a human mind with a VI. The results have been less than satisfactory.
I'd hate to see what you call a disaster.
You can't dismiss the entire project. We did succeed, at least partially. My brother, David, volunteered to serve as a test subject, but his mind couldn't handle the VI connection. He's like a virus now, infecting our networks and seizing control of any technology he finds. It's why you had to destroy the dish. Imagine if his program got off-world.
How does he take control of electronics?
This is a hybrid intelligence the likes of which I've never seen. I don't know where the man ends and the machine begins.
The premise here would have been interesting had it not been for the offensive autism writing, yes.
What's the worst case scenario?
A technological apocalypse. Every machine, every weapon, every computer could be turned against us. If he hit the extranet, who knows where it would end?
You should have considered that before you started the experiment.
We couldn't be expected to account for every outcome. Certainly not the abomination David has become. David, the VI has fortified itself in the main laboratory at Atlas Station. It's in lockdown now. To enter, you need to manually override security from our facilities in the Prometheus and Vulcan stations.
How does the lockdown work?
It's a fail-safe procedure in the event of an emergency. Normally, all 3 project leads have to agree to cancel the lockdown.
Yes, this is the autism DLC.
I'm the only one left now. I can give my authorization, but you'll have to manually reset the other 2 yourself.
And what happens if I have to kill your brother?
Let's just hope it doesn't come to that.
Someone hit snooze on the ads, please?
Tell me about Vulcan and Prometheus stations.
Vulcan Station is our geothermal plant. It generates power for the 4 outposts. Prometheus Station is a crashed Geth ship full of dormant machines. We use them for our experiments.
What happens on this station?
This is Hermes Station, our communications uplink with the wider galaxy. If you hadn't destroyed the dish in time, the outcome would have been catastrophic.
What went wrong with the experiment?
David volunteered to interface with the VI to give it genuine consciousness. Theoretically, it should have been safe, but with artificial intelligence, there's no such thing as safe.
Then you shouldn't have attempted it.
And what if you'd never attempted to find the Reapers, Commander Shephard? Where would the galaxy
That
be
is
then?
obviously different.
Sometimes you have to
that is obviously different. That is obviously extremely different.
What went wrong with the experiment?
David volunteered to interface with the VI to give it genuine consciousness. Theoretically, it should have been safe, but with artificial intelligence, there's no such thing as safe.
Tell me more about Project Overlord.
We wanted to turn the Geth's religious impulse into a weapon. When we saw them following Saren, we realized they could be swayed. And if a proper figurehead was created, a virus with a face, if you will, the Geth might be controlled.
That's an ambitious undertaking.
It would be the perfect weapon. Victory without casualties. We could avoid war with the Geth altogether. That was the plan, anyway.
What can you tell me about Atlas Station?
Atlas Station is the main laboratory where all of our VI experiments take place.
FTX brand risk controls.
Lockdown. It's also where my brother became something else.
I'm heading out now.
The other stations are all within driving distance. Best of luck, Commander.
Why did that UI box look so different than every other piece of than every other UI element in the game?
Commander, you need to find Vulcan and Prometheus stations and override the lockdown from each facility.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter which one you hit
Jesus
first,
Christ, I can't believe we're supposed to be solid rocket boosters. That makes no sense.
keep an eye out for Cerberus security mechs. The VI has likely taken control of them. Archer out.
What? What does that button do? Is it just the dubstep button? Oh. Oh, that's a cliff. Emergency reset. Yeah, just wind back time diegetically. Yeah, my driving is terrible as always. That is an extremely slow projectile, isn't it? What the fuck is that? Is that a pickup of some kind? Do I have to get out or something? Use dubstep button. Okay.
It contains information on Project Overlord that other research cells need to review. Be alert for more packets in the area. 5 more remain.
Whack animals. Better than the Mako. I feel like they realized how floaty the controls were and just decided to make a vehicle that floats. Let's see Tully and Garrus for this one. For the classic squad mate combo. I like jumping. Oh my god. What happens if I go into the steam? Do I just die? No, it just pushes me back.
Scanning area. Analysis. Venting stations provide adequate velocity to enhance vehicle lift.
Oh my god, they're missiles? What? Did the Soviets design this thing? Why does it fire gun-launched ATGMs? The Soviets fucking loved their gun-launched ATGMs.
Analysis. Debris field provides adequate support for vehicle.
This is not how lava works, by the way. Rocks don't float on lava. Can I get out up here? No. This spaceship looks like it plays cassette tapes. Can I get out of here? No, it won't let me. It will only let me at very specific locations. Also, I keep crashing into the wall. Can I shoot the... Yes, I can shoot the cameras. Rip stream? What? Get yeeted. Yeah, I think the problem is on your end, Trifle.
Warning. Pressure levels in valve A3 have exceeded maximum.
Engineer's log. We've registered a huge spike in energy consumption. My technicians traced it to the experiment underway at Atlas Station. We're trying to raise them now.
You never try Slender? Yeah, probably. Hi, autistic man. I think the truth makes it sound so much worse. What, the truth that he's making them with his mouth? Oh, what? Oh, there. Held message for reason. Disability. Autistic man is the worst. Do I need to go across the lava? To where? No? Because I just go through the rocks. What was that? I'm so confused. What am I supposed to be doing? Dinosaurs because H is up. So I am supposed to be able to ride on the rocks? Yeah, apparently. I guess it was a bug? I'm very confused. Oh my god, what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to, like, try and keep it on as the game randomly jolts it around for some reason? Why do they have two turrets guarding a random hole in the ground? Also, yeah, lava is usually not glowing orange. It is black with glowing orange cracks. Because usually there's a semi-solid crust on top. It's not hot enough to glow. What, do I gotta go all the way from here, I guess? Yeah, in that day you can barely see the glow. Ow, ow, ow.
We're clear for the moment.
What? Holly, what did you say? Yeah.
Pressure levels in valve D4 have exceeded maximum threshold.
That was neat. See, we would build that puddle, but someone put two turrets in front of it. Get yeeted. Get yo. Get yo. Oh, you didn't die. Get yo. I don't like the assault drones because I can't yeet them. It's extremely video game, yeah. Oh, nothing over here other than a little bit of ammo. Ooh, safe.
Received an SOS from Atlas Station. Archer has declared a project emergency. We're trying to shut down the power generators to starve the VI, but it's already hacked our automated systems. I'm ordering my people to sabotage the plant any way they can.
Okay. How is he making those sounds with his mouth? The VA is really talented. Honestly, that's the funniest part, that he's just like making the sounds with his mouth. Oh, fuck. Sure, no grenade launcher. Unity, warp. There you go. Another hacking minigame. I'm guessing, yeah. What? What? What was that interaction?
Are you receiving this? Commander Shephard, this is Dr. Archer. Please respond.
I hear you, Doctor. We've hit the override at Vulcan Station and are moving on.
They were slurping lean when they made this. That was extremely strange and out of place. Like this screen. Like this screen. Yes, there is a renegade interrupt to, I assume, shoot the robot, but I didn't click it in time.
Commander, that was a daring piece of work. Vulcan Station was a success. You still need to go to Prometheus Station and override the lockdown from there. Good luck.
I like how you can tell this is all just the same rock texture. Its repeating interval isn't very small, and they didn't even use scrolling textures to make it to like obscure it. Like the way games usually do it, so that you have like a large section of most of the same terrain that doesn't look like it's obviously just repeating like this does here, is that you actually have two textures on top of each other, and like they repeat at different intervals that like aren't divisible by each other. But they clearly did not do that here. Like, you can see the same patterns repeated over very short distances. What the fuck is that rock formation? That doesn't make any sense. It looks a lot like a finger. It is cool. And it just magically repairs itself.
Another Cerberus data packet has been recovered. 4 more remain.
Okay. I guess this wasn't the direction we have to go. Why can I skim across the surface of the water, but not the surface of the lava? The Lion King prequel has an origin for Pride Rock. It didn't need an origin. It's just a fucking rock. It's just. What do you mean an origin for Nala? See you, Nala the Phantom. Happy birthday again. What the fuck was that? Whoa, whoa, what? What? What was that? Okay. Oh, this is the gate to the station once we get all the locks. Why are there 3 different physical locks? You know what? That's actually better. You know what? Never mind. For security purposes, it's better to have them physically disconnected. Like, what do you mean an origin story for Pride Rock? What? It's a rock! Let's add fucking Grunt this time. If you're just who falls a sick skateboard.
Commander Shephard, Prometheus Station is a crashed Geth ship full of dormant machines used in our experiment. Our people there have gone silent. It's like
Oh, okay. You can't go along that. That's what I thought you were supposed to do. Are you just supposed to go down? Is that it? Yeah, I guess. Oh, I can't go through that. Why are these such damage sponges? Okay. Why did I break like a glass bottle?
Commander Shephard, Prometheus Station is a crashed Geth ship full of dormant machines used in our experiment. Scanning area.
Oh, get the enemy to shoot them. Okay. What? Why can't I move? The prequel is for the live action movie? What? The evil albino lions, huh? What, did they hear people accusing Lion King of being a ripoff of Kimba the White Lion and have a grudge to take out? Yeah, that's the insane thing too, is that the live action in Lion King is in live action. It's just animated in a different style. Why am I taking damage? What? At least this is giving me a bunch of materials without me having to scan for it.
the moment.
Why is the platform like elevated? Do they expect you to platform on? Do they expect you to platform onto here to enter the garage or like?
Visitors, this server's facility contains hazardous AR technology. You agree to assume all liability for personal injuries or death that may occur during your visit.
What do you mean assume all liability? It's Cerberus. You're like a terrorist organization. Are people going to sue you in a court of law for creating an unsafe workplace? I'm sorry? Why do you have to worry about liability? You're Cerberus. Like it's supposed to be funny, I get that, but like what?
Hanging around all these dormant machines is creepy. It's like death staring at us from the shadows. I'd rather work at Vulcan Station.
Yeah, but if you're working for Cerberus, then you're not a victim of terrorism, are you?
You're right there.
Like what? Are you gonna sue Al-Qaeda in a court of law?
Flanagan just ran a simulation. If these cats ever wake up, there's a 98% chance we'll be dead within 2 minutes. I'm starting to hate Flanagan.
How do you what do you mean just ran a simulate? What's... Ah, that's such technobabble mumbo jumbo.
Halloween was yesterday. Flanagan ran around wearing spare gift parts. Smoked the shit out of everyone. Now I definitely hate him.
This lawsuit is dedicated to the brave Mujahideen fighters of Afghanistan.
Everything's off wire. Archer declared a lockdown, but our station's already infected. What does the AI want? It keeps screaming at us. Nobody understands.
No, he seemingly never told them that it's like his brother and not just a VI.
The AI is closing some passages and leaving others open. It's like it's hurting us. At least the cats are still dormant.
Oh yeah, you can clearly see his face there. And he also clearly said, please make it stop.
To all Cerberus personnel, in an effort to reduce workplace music has been approved for station-wide broadcast.
this impasse.
Oh my god, it's one of these puzzles? Oh, this is much easier than I thought it was going to be. That was an extremely easy puzzle. Puzzles for FPS players, yeah. Her hand just clipped through the handle there.
There's the catch. I knew this was too easy. Come on, let's move.
Oh, come on.
Hostile gas activity detected. Armed response is authorized. Cerberus reminds all personnel that this emergency is now classified information. Disclosure to outside parties is a violation of your confidentiality agreement. Emergency action required.
Hostile spotted. Shields down.
I like the distorted music playing over the speakers. It sounds like Seabat. It sounds like Seabat is playing. Imagine you're at work and Seabat just starts playing over the intercom. Forgot how fucking good Grunt's incendiary ammo is. Confidentiality agreements to what the terrorist organization can sue you. Imagine you're that lady from that story and Seabat starts playing over the intercom. For a second there, I thought he was going to say, I am Groot. I don't know why. No, see, Jason, the reason why Seabat is funny in the story is because it is, like, the worst song for fucking to imaginable. Go away. It sounds like sad cloud music, and like the girl says he's thrusting to the rhythm of Seabat, and like it's the most irregular rhythm you've ever heard. So is he like thrusting so irregularly too? Oh, he went through the ceiling. Okay. Huh? Okay. Go away. You mean neural activity? Do they have physical brains? They're like the software. Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Like, what do you mean neurons? Like, I guess I guess it could be neuromorphic hardware? Cause that's like a thing? But like the Geth are like the whole whole thing is that they're software. It's all reaching, yeah. The thing I'm objecting to here is that Geth aren't just like artificial intelligences with like physical brains. They're software programs, and there are hundreds of individual Geth on a given platform, handling different functions. And that's like the whole point of the Geth. Pirating this copy of Geth, yeah? It feels like these were designed to be propellers, but someone on the dev team complained that there wasn't enough visual, that they weren't like cool enough and they should add some flames coming out of them. Yeah, the piracy prevention. That's such a, like, thing to put in your game. Is like, look at this cool vista we made. Yeah, I know, they're clearly propellers, but they have flames coming out of them for some reason. I'm gonna take Grunt, he's really good. Grunt and Morden. Yeah, I'm not gonna take Morden. Nah, Grunt and Garrus, I guess. Nah. Tally. Yeah, let's just go classic Squad Mates, Tally and Garrus. Ooh, singularity upgrade. Wide singularity.
Looks like you're in, Commander. Good. I'm getting some troubling readings here, though. The VI is trying to upload its program directly from your location. Get to the Archer log 155.2. For years, my brother's condition has been a handicap.
No.
That changed today. His autistic mind is the breakthrough I've been looking for. He can communicate with the Geth. Such a tremendous grasp of mathematics. It seems serendipity is alive and well in the 22nd century.
But it wouldn't let me go through there? That was interesting. I actually like this.
Unless he sees results, the elusive man is shutting us down next week. I have no choice. I'm going to tap David directly into the Geth neural network and see if he can influence them. The danger should be negligible. David might even enjoy it.
Yeah, sure. Tell yourself that.
Arriving at level 2. Resetting elevator. Arriving at level 3. Arriving at basement level. Resetting elevator.
What? What am I doing here?
Resetting elevator. Arriving at level 3. Arriving at basement level.
I'm having trouble understanding what the puzzle is.
Arriving at level 3. Arriving at level 6.
Okay, so certain ones increment and certain ones decrement.
Arriving at level 5. System malfunction. Arriving at level 3.
Oh.
Arriving at level 2. Arriving at level 1. Arriving at level 4. Arriving at level 7.
Yeah, I figured it out. Okay. That was very strange. Oh, I'm stuck. No, I'm stuck. Stop. Don't take over there.
One less to worry about. Got hostile drones.
Backup tally. That was a cool sequence. If it like it overstayed its welcome by a little bit, but I hope I don't need to explain!
I'll take it.
Warning. Decelerator offline. Serious injury may occur.
That's fun.
Get ready. Don't be surprised if this button summons a Reaper.
What? That doesn't make any sense beyond being a reference to the first game. What, has the VI possessed me now? What is going on? You are now autistic! I can't aim around that corner for some reason. Oh, it's true. Shephard does have like computers and shit in her brain. That makes sense. Okay. Cause she like died.
906.01 is 30.1. Square root of 912.04 is 30.2.
Time on this project is running out. There are no options left. How to get the guest's attention.
How is he making those noises with his mouth?
The robot says hello.
Eureka, David. You're a miracle worker.
How does he make those noises with his mouth? Jesus Christ! Also, how does he know the specific meaning of the Geth language?
David, I want you to order the Geth to take a step forward.
How does he do it?
Yeah, how does he make those sounds with his mouth?
His autistic mind can interpret the Geth language at its most basic form and mimic their phonetics.
How?
Photographic memory, cross-referencing the meaning as a snap. He's literally a human computer.
Jesus Christ!
Interface with the Geth's neural network.
I do.
Is that even safe, Doctor?
I see no harm in finding out.
Does he also have autistic vocal cords? Yeah. Jesus Christ. He uses that specific phrasing. Yeah, he keeps saying his autistic mind. Jesus Christ. In case you hadn't seen the tags, I am autistic, and this is not what being autistic is like.
Square root of 906.01 is 30.1. Square root of 912.04 is 30.2.
David, can you repeat my notes from Thursday's experiment?
Square root of 918.09 is 30.3.
David, please pay attention.
Loud. It's getting loud in here.
I'm sorry, you didn't deserve that. Would you mind repeating my notes from Thursday's experiment?
Log 137.3. The experiment yielded no discernible patterns of Geth obedience. End dictation now, David. Hell, the elusive man will have my head for this.
Thank you. And how are you feeling today?
Square root of 924.16 is 30.4. Earplugs would be good.
This is so bad. I can relate to the desire for earplugs, I guess. Archer is deaf, someone who'd be in Autism Speaks. I think the writers of this game are people who would be in Autism Speaks. Oh, I can just climb to here, okay. Okay, I was wondering if they were gonna start shooting at me. Ow.
Square root of 906.01 is 30.1.
Why is it here specifically? Why is it like the last audio log for specifically?
Square root of 918.09 is 30.3.
David, please pay attention.
Loud. It's getting loud in here.
I'm sorry. Would you mind repeating my notes from Thursday's experiment?
Log 137.3. The experiment yielded no discernible patterns of Geth obedience. End dictation now.
There should be laws against abled people writing autistic characters.
And how are you feeling today?
Square root of
This needs to be illegal. The people who wrote this need to be in jail.
David, I want you to order the Geth to take a step forward.
I like how these guys are like two-dimensional, unlike any of the other holograms.
David is a mathematical savant. His autistic mind can interpret the Geth language at its most basic form and mimic their phonetics. With his photographic memory, cross-referencing the meaning as a snap. He's literally a human computer.
And you think he can interface?
This isn't me expressing my feelings about the writing.
I see no harm in finding out.
Oh, you can shoot me over that, okay. Oh, I should have shown the hub. That's what I was supposed to do. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, autism does not imply a good memory, as you might know from watching my streams. In my experience, autism just means you get a fat butt and a need for scritches. I mean, true. UC's bipolar 8 actually has magnetic powers. Yes, see, autism doesn't give you special powers, but it does make you a bottom, like Ree. Honestly, autism makes you a bottom isn't too far from the truth. And now I'm having a boss fight with the autism. You know, they don't have to call it a VI core when we can literally see him just in there. You fight someone's autism in a match through cyberspace persona. Oh no, there are ads.
Quiet. Please make it stop.
Wait! Commander! I'm begging you.
There should be a renegade interrupt here to just like literally shoot him as he is walking over.
Rash?
Like forcing your own brother into an experiment?
I know how this must look, but I never intended any harm to come to him. You must believe me. It's not like I planned this. It was an accident. Seeing David communicate with the Geth, it all seemed harmless.
Until you shoved him in the body horror machine.
And before you knew it, you were running your own private hell.
I had no choice. The demands were incredible. The elusive man doesn't broker failure. Any war we fight with the Geth will be bloody. I was asked to find a way to avoid that.
And how many have already died for this project?
More souls than will ever forgive me. But I won't apologize for radical ideas. If my work spares 1 million mothers mourning the loss of 1 million sons, my conscience will rest easy.
Look at him. Your brother would never be the same.
The damage may not be permanent. He might recover some semblance of his mind.
So you'll sacrifice your brother's happiness for your own ambition.
Yeah, you should. There should have been a renegade interrupt to just like shoot him before he can explain anything, because like Jesus Christ.
Square root of 906.01.
Oh dear God.
30.1.
Jesus Christ.
What I've done to David is unethical. If he dies, it's unforgivable. Let me take care of him. Please.
Quiet. Please, make it stop.
I've seen enough of your cruelty to know he'll never be free from it here. I'm taking him away.
No, leave him! He's too valuable!
You even think about coming after your brother and this bullet will be waiting for you. Then we'll see who's valuable.
Where will you take
Was
him?
the Paragon interrupt to not kill him? Because if so, I shouldn't
Grissom
have chosen
Academy.
it.
They can help special cases like David. Minus the torture. Joker, contact the Academy and let them know we've got someone who needs their help.
Aye, aye, Commander.
The elusive man can fire me if he doesn't like it.
Square root of 912.04 is 30.
Was the pistol with him? Yeah.
It all seemed harmless. Square root of 912.04 is 30.2. It all seemed harmless.
Okay, then it's good. But there should have been an interrupt to just kill him. Because you should have just killed him.
It all seemed harmless.
And also fucking hell. This is the worst representation of autistic. This is one of the worst representations of autistic people I have ever seen. I have still not forgiven BioWare for this shit.
You've received a new message at your private terminal.
I will never forgive this shit. Oh, it's a cheat email. The 2010, yeah. Commander Shephard, contacting you per the elusive man's instructions. He believed you would know what to know that he had ordered Subject Zero's project shut down before the riot broke out. Cerberus personnel arrived to find all guards dead, along with most subjects. Any surviving children were treated for injuries, given mild amnesic treatments, and delivered to Alliance facilities as survivors of slaver attacks. A few surviving doctors were forcibly retired for their role in the project, whatever. I understand you've taken Dr. Archer's brother to Grissom Academy. I'm familiar with their work. It should be a good home for him. I don't condone Dr. Archer's actions, but they did provide a breakthrough we've been sorely lacking thus far. We'll likely never find another individual with David's unique talents. Though your decision is understandable, it has set our efforts to understand the Geth back several years. We should kill the elusive man.
I had a wonderful chat with your friend Tally. She's not what I expected from her psych report. I like her.
Tally's a good friend. We've been through a lot together.
And there's more to come. Anyway, how may I help you, Commander?
That'll be all.
Yes, Commander.
Yeah, I know. That seems like the thing he would say as a lie. I literally had a rant during Jack's mission, Virellum, about how bad ethics gets bad results. He's such a... God, that's the worst. Are we gonna do Jacob's loyalty mission, or are we just gonna let him die? Yeah, I should do it. Should I do it now? Do the other, like, vaguely offensive one?
My psych reports refer Oak here. We have no guarantees that Grunt is mentally stable. I get the feeling he just doesn't care about anything, including who lives or dies.
That'll be all.
Yes, Commander.
Rushing David and Ronald Taylor, I don't think Mass Effect 2 is as good as we thought it was. Yeah! 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 Fuck! Yes, Alchemist, that is exactly what happens in Mass Effect 3, and it's actually pretty well written in that case. But he still did get a girl pregnant after only knowing her for a couple months and decide to marry her.
That'll be all.
Yes, Commander.
I know, but they had to do that with the black guy. Can I that'll be all? Yeah. Yeah, I've treated Kelly Chambers like an annoyance from the beginning, and it's been extremely funny. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm gonna go run to the bathroom. I'm gonna run some ads, so I'm gone. I just... that mission. Jesus Christ. I'll be right back. Yeah, the thing with Jacob is like most people would not know about the cheating thing without being told, because like who romances Jacob? Who romances Jacob Taylor? He's so boring. He's so uninteresting. Honestly, I say I dislike him in this game, but there's nothing really to dislike about him in this game. He's just kind of boring. Like, he's Kaiden too. Like, he's just a second Kaiden, except somehow he isn't except somehow, despite being black and with BioWare's demonstrated tendencies in writing black characters, does not hit on you as aggressively as Kaiden does. You would have expected them to not have it be that way. And so he's like perfectly inoffensive. But then in Mass Effect 3, they're like, oh, we have a black guy. We gotta give him all the black story beats. Jesus Christ. Jacob is less interesting than Kaiden, and that's a hard competition? Yeah. Because, like, Kaiden's character traits are, like... Kaiden's character traits are, like, he's biotic, and he's from Canada, and he's a soldier. That's his only character traits. Jacob's character traits are that he's a soldier and he's black. And that's his whole character. That's like a whole extra fact, yeah. I object to calling Liam Black Karth because Jacob Taylor is clearly Black Karth. Karth is more to consider than either Jacob or Kaiden? Yeah. I'm just kind of wandering around talking about things because that, like, mission has destroyed my psyche. And I'm, like, viscerally upset in, like, a way that, like, I have no outlet for other than complaining because that was so bad. Like, Jesus Christ. Just say some numbers. Rhea, I'm gonna kill you. He'll see first.
He's going to be a very... Anyway.
That'll be all.
Yes, Commander.
I hate this so much. I hate it. 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 We need to kill BioWare writers. I'm so mad. I'm so mad. I didn't expect to get this mad. I'm like, I don't look mad, but I am seething. There's so many anger speaking of Garrus. The BioWare writer's mind is as alien to me as an actual alien. See, I wish they were alien. They're like, I understand exactly what kind of person they are and exactly the level of curiosity with which they approach the world, which is very little. By where it made you feel? Yeah, it made me feel like I want to kill him. I just thought of a really terrible joke that I'm not gonna say. Let's hear it? No, I'm not gonna say it. I will say it was... No, I'm not going to say that either, because that would be horrible. No, I'm not admitting the horrible joke that just appeared in my mind. Say it. It was, not only is it an actionable thread, I'll DM it to Alchemist, and he can tell you what his impression of the joke would be. Oh, wow, that's bad, yeah. Yeah, I'm not saying that. Alec understands why I'm not saying the joke. That's the worst joke that has ever occurred to me, I think. There is no way in a million years I would ever say that. What do we do next? Zaid's mission. Let's do something fun. I like Zaid's mission. It's like the only mission with like an actually impactful choice that is like actually interesting to make. Actually, on further thought, it's almost 8 p.m. I'm tired. I am mentally exhausted after that mission. I'm gonna wrap up stream. I don't really want to play Mass Effect more tonight. It's bad. This is a bad game. Who are we going to raid? Let's raid Cardell. Anyways, tomorrow I'll be doing Alien Isolation. I'll see you then. Oh, and I have a Discord. You should join my Discord if you haven't joined it yet. It's very cool. My Discord is very cool. You should join it. Good night, everybody. See you tomorrow.